Mayor Adams says focusing on New York City, not on potential Trump-Cuomo mayor race alliance.
Mayor is heating up. The New York Times reports that President Trump may be getting involved and back former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Natalie Duddridge has reaction from the other candidates today. Natalie.
Yeah, Donald Trump is going to boost Cuomo, which will probably hurt Cuomo's chances.
Well, Cindy, that's right. One of the candidates we just heard from, Zohran Mamdani, he just held a press conference here at the corner, which wrapped up a couple minutes ago. He addressed that New York Times article, and in it, and he responded saying that Andrew Cuomo, President Trump are trying to work together to derail his campaign, and he told supporters that he and his team will not be intimidated.
Former Governor Cuomo has been conspiring with President Trump.
Mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani reacted to a New York Times report that President Donald Trump has been considering whether to back former Governor Andrew Cuomo in a bid to block Mamdani, whose platform includes freezing rents and taxing the rich.
We know that this former governor has very little regard, whether it be for the Democratic Party, the democratic process, or for Democrats themselves.
The New York Times story says Trump has held calls with Cuomo's team. The president was asked about it Wednesday in the Oval Office.
Did you have a phone call with Andrew Cuomo? Did you speak to Andrew Cuomo?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Cuomo's camp reacted, saying in a statement, the governor and the president have not spoken in some time. As far as I know, they have not discussed the race. Mayor Adams was asked Thursday morning about the Times report and if he had spoken to President Trump about the mayor's race.
My conversations with the president.
Trump is so funny. I'm going to put my name out there for Andrew Cuomo, who just like me was on the Epstein files. That's right. Me and Andrew Cuomo, both Epstein affiliates, both defending one another. Thanks, man.
President is about bringing resources to the city. That is my conversation with the president. I think the president loved New York. I think everyone see what, the threats that we're facing. And I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to stay focused, no distractions, and grind. I have a campaign to run.
The New York Times article also said Trump expressed doubts about the one Republican candidate, Curtis Sliwa's chances, who has not allied himself with Trump.
There's no doubt he talks often with Eric Adams. He talks often with Cuomo, who he's known. Their families have known one another. He doesn't talk to me. So I've advised the president publicly, be like Switzerland. Stay out of this race.
Now, as for President Trump, if he does decide officially to weigh in, it's hard to predict whether that would help or hurt Cuomo. That's the latest here from Lower Manhattan. Natalie Duddridge, CBS News, New York.
Natalie, thank you.
I would be remiss if I did not directly address some of the news that we saw come out just a few hours ago, which is that the president of this country, Donald Trump, has been coordinating with Andrew Cuomo in direct conversation with the former governor. It is Trump billionaires who have been opposing our campaign's vision for a city that New Yorkers can afford. It is Donald Trump himself who has been directly conspiring with candidates who have decided to give up the people that they are supposed to protect in lieu of securing power through the assistance of that same administration in Washington, D.C. This should be a race about addressing the questions of who will make the city affordable, who will ensure that each and every New Yorker is safe, who will bring our city forward, not an audition for the best jester for Donald Trump and his billionaire supporters. Whatever Donald Trump seeks to do to influence the outcome of this election, I have more faith in New Yorkers themselves, who have shown, whether it be in the previous presidential election or whether it be through this primary race, that they do not want to support our current president's vision of a New York City that is ripping immigrants from their homes, that is detaining New Yorkers on the basis of political expression, that in fact what they want is someone who can stand up to an authoritarian administration and to the billionaires that gave us that administration.
After months of pauses and extensions overnight,
The president has three candidates in this race, says Zohran.
The fact is that the president has three candidates in this race. One that he's directly been in touch with, another that he bailed out of legal trouble and now functionally controls, and the final one literally being a member of the same Republican Party. And then there is our campaign, which won the Democratic nomination with the most votes of anyone in the history of party primaries, a campaign which remains laser focused on an economic agenda to help New Yorkers afford the city they call home. I think the choice is clear.
This guy creates MAGA AI bots to go after Zohran. He's Indian from Minnesota and lives in Canada. Meet the 24-year-old Ottawa software engineer who runs a MAGA bot. Okay. Oh, is this the City Desk New York City account? The account, which is run by an artificial intelligence bot, spits out more than 1,000 posts a day, responding to mentions of the Democratic nominee for mayor. The posts disparage Mamdani and his proposed policies while praising some of his political opponents. Oh, I've seen that bot. Sahaj Preet Singh is a 24-year-old software engineer who graduated from Carleton University 2 years ago. And City Desk New York City is just one of his AI bots looking to reshape political public relations. Last year, Singh, who has been coding since he was 7 years old, built an AI bot called Doge AI that posts around 2,000 times a day on X with a right-wing MAGA flair and an output no human could match. Doge AI, which has amassed more than 127,000 followers, has criticized Democrats and applauded Donald Trump and his supporters, attracting retweets by American president and his former ally, Elon Musk. This is so funny because, like, the same movement that this dude is propping up would see him deported from the country. Does he at no point go, oh my God, every single person that is following the account that I made, the AI account that I made, keeps saying, we have to kick every Indian out of the country? You know? Like, is there no, like, how do you do that? Because I feel like if everybody fucking constantly despised me for things that I can't change about myself, at a certain point, I'd probably reflect on this like unholy allegiance I've cultivated in my mind. It doesn't make any sense. Zohran Mamdani's alliance with Hasan Piker who mocks Jewish trauma and dismisses Hamas atrocities proves he's unfit to lead a city battling record anti-Semitism. Mamdani's refusal to sign Holocaust condemnation resolutions in his legislator Curtis Lewa, a law and order leader who torched the activist rackets. And then this is the other one. Zohran Mamdani's entire campaign is a performative circus, kissing Hasan Piker's socialist pipe dreams, while New Yorkers foot the bill. His radical agenda, rent freezes that collapse housing markets, defunded police that spike crime, and city-run grocery stores that make bodegas look like five-star markets. Mamdani's not here to govern. He's here to grift, virtue signal, and turn New York City into a DSA petri dish. Keep the gifts. We'll keep the receipts on his economic malpractice. Awesome. Everything is getting worse every single day at an alarming rate, with seemingly no solution to it.